Hello, welcome back to Visionary Fragrances. Today we're looking at 5 amazing designer fragrances for the winter. As you might be able to see, it's snowing outside, so it's time to bring out the cold weather hitters. These 5 are going to be great for winter 2022. Enjoy the video. In at number 5, I'm going to go with Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. This has been very popular over the last few years since its release, and there's a good reason why. It is very, very sweet. You have to know how sweet this is before you think about buying it. Sweet fragrances typically work really well in the winter because of the heavy base notes and the strong notes that make it so sweet do last through the cold weather, especially when you're outside, you're walking out outside, and those heavy sweet notes will cut through the cold air and will last on your skin. So Ultra Male opens up with a strong pear note to me. You've also got lavender and mint in the opening, but I don't pick up much on the mint side. You do have a kind of a brightness in there, which I guess is from the mint, but it's mostly going to be a sugary, sweet pear. You've also got cinnamon, which is very prominent to me. I really pick up on a strong cinnamon smell. If you imagine you are sauteing pear and you're using cinnamon and you're either cooking it in the oven or you're frying it, that is the vibe I get with Ultra Male. It's very sweet and it's really seductive and a really good fragrance for wearing outside. I think if you're going to any event outside, even not in the winter, this could be in the springtime as well, Ultra Male works really well. But in terms of winter, this is going to be a fantastic fragrance to wear simply because it's sweet. It's very sensual and it really makes you feel very comfortable, which I think is important in winter fragrances. It does lean slightly youthful to me. I couldn't imagine someone perhaps in their 50s wearing it, but of course wear what you want. So number 5 for me is Ultra Male. On to number 4, and in my opinion, this is the best in the Stronger With You line. This is Stronger With You Intensely. The reason why I think this is the best is because it is the nicest smelling Stronger With You, and also it's the strongest and the Stronger With You with the biggest projection. This really projects off my skin. It really lasts on my skin, which is very important when we're in the winter months, as we explained a minute ago, because you want a strong fragrance that is going to last. This opens up with a pink pepper opening, but the main notes I want you to focus on, don't worry about pink pepper, I want you to focus on toffee, cinnamon, vanilla, and amber. They're the main notes I get in this. The toffee is going to be really sweet, almost gourmand style toffee note, mixed with amber and mixed with vanilla and also mixed with cinnamon. The cinnamon adds a real nice spice to this, and in my experience, I'll tell you a story when I wore this in to my workplace and I wore it in my office, sprayed it on, went outside to speak to someone, came back in and I smelt it everywhere. So it really projected off my skin. You could say that it's a room filling fragrance, but I think this is really good value for money. If you shop around, you should be able to get this for less than £70 for 100 ml. 2 or 3 sprays is all you need, and it's very versatile as well. So you can wear this to work, you can wear it going on a date, you can wear it going to a bar, and you can pretty much wear it anywhere. You could even wear it casually, like to the gym or somewhere in the winter, although I still wouldn't recommend it. But you could do, because it's a very pleasant smelling fragrance, and it's not a fragrance that is going to be diversive. It's going to be a fragrance that people will smell and they'll recognize that it's a typical designer fragrance. It will smell nice, but it's very strong and it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Number 2. Now, how much more can I add to this fragrance that hasn't already been said? This is Spicebomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. If you've seen any top 10 lists of winter fragrances or anything like that, you would have come across this fragrance. I think pretty much everyone includes it, and I wasn't going to include it today, but I thought if I'm doing a top 5 designer list, I looked at my shelf and I thought I need to include it. It is a beautiful winter fragrance. The actual smell, just the smell alone, don't worry about performance or anything like that, just the actual smell, in my opinion, smells a lot better than any of those 3 fragrances we spoke about. It's a beautiful well-balanced, spicy fragrance. It is very spicy, and you've got tobacco in here, which you didn't have in any of the 3 fragrances that we just spoke about. So you've got spices, you've got black pepper, you've got tobacco, and you've got vanilla. The vanilla in here is really what makes this so special, because if you think of the original Spice Bomb, it didn't have any vanilla in, so it was pretty much lavender and spices, and black pepper, whereas this is a lot sweeter. You've got this beautiful sweet vanilla, which works so well with the tobacco note, with the black pepper, and with the spices. So this smells pretty much like how you would describe winter. It smells like Christmas, it smells like comfort, and it just smells like being in a place that you find in your happy place, like when you're at home, you're sat by the fireplace, you're with your family, and you're watching like a nice film with the roaring fireplace going. That's how I would describe this fragrance. It is a very comforting fragrance. It's a fragrance for good times and good memories and for the holidays. So number 2, Spicebomb Extreme would be my choice. So as we move on to number 1, what are the similarities in these 4 fragrances we have just spoke about? Well, for me, they're all typical designer fragrances. They all smell pleasant. They all smell easy to wear relatively, and they're going to be fragrances that most people are going to find attractive. They're going to be fragrances that most people would say smell nice. So for number 1, I want to go for something a little bit special. It's still a designer fragrance, but it's more of a diverse fragrance. It's more of a fragrance that's going to be a challenge to wear, and it's more of a fragrance that will be for a special occasion, not just every day. So my choice for that one, number 1, is Dior Homme Parfum. Now, if you haven't tried Dior Homme Parfum, I would highly recommend you do so if you are getting into your fragrances, because it is one of the best designer fragrances that I believe has ever been created. It's almost niche quality, is Dior Homme Parfum. It opens up with iris and Italian orange, so you've got a very formal, clean opening with a beautiful orange note which adds this sweetness. Now, that is contrasted with dark leather, oud, and rose. Now, those dark notes contrast with those kind of light, fruity notes that we just spoke about and create this unbelievable fragrance that just smells stunning. It smells expensive. It smells luxurious, and it doesn't smell like a designer fragrance. This is a fragrance that people would, I would say, stop you and ask you what you're wearing, because it won't smell typical. It won't smell like any of these fragrances we just spoke about where you could recognize it as a designer fragrance. People will want to know what this is because it smells so amazing. It's very strong, it's potent, it projects well, and I would say this is going to be a fragrance to wear when you want to stand out, when you want to be noticed, when you're wearing your best clothes, or you're wearing smart clothes anyway. Think smart casual to formal wear. That's when I would wear this. Going to a Christmas party. Think of like a fancy Christmas party, or even a winter wedding, something like that. And you wear this, you are going to smell like the best person in the room, I promise you. So Dior Homme Parfum is my number 1 choice, winter fragrance for 2022 for the designer market. I know it's getting hard to find Dior Homme Parfum. It's not readily available like it used to be. It's out of stock in most places, and actually I think in the UK you can only buy it from Dior's website, and it is out of stock at the moment. But when you can try it, I recommend you do so because it is an amazing fragrance. So my number 1 pick for winter designer fragrances is Dior Homme Parfum. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you found some education from it. Let me know in the comments, which fragrance are you looking to try out of these 5? Which one would you prefer to wear on an everyday winter fragrance? When it's snowing outside like it is now, what would you choose to wear? Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in a few days with another video. Take care.